Hello everybody, it's Sam from Astrology. We are looking at the Chinese astrological symbolic star series. We're checking out Nobleman Stars today. So I thought I'd run a little series on this because I've written a book called The Beginner's Guide to Chinese Astrology. I think this subject's really cool, really valuable to understand. And there's a lot of levels to charts, like all you astrologers know out there. So there's layers upon layers upon layers. So it's always important to do a little more digging. And for the lay people who are just kind of interested in this stuff, who don't know their charts, I'm going to put in a chart calculator at the bottom so you can go and find out whether you have these stars or not in your chart. Now, let's just have a look at this. This is a diagram I've got out of one of my books. And to understand the Nobleman Stars, everything in Chinese astrology pivots around a day pillar, which is known as the self element. That's going to be the driving point of the chart to determine the 5-element cycle. So for those of you who don't know this, I do have a course online on all this kind of stuff if you're interested in these kind of things. Chinese metaphysics, it's very cool and definitely a subject worth studying. Now, so what we've got here, we've got Yang Wood, Yang Earth, and Yang Metal. And so these are the Nobleman Stars. If your day master is any one of these, your Nobleman Star is going to be the ox or the goat. Then we've got the Yin Wood, Yin Earth. And if that is your day master, your Nobleman Star is going to be the rat and the monkey. The Yang Fire, Yin Fire Day Master, you're going to have the rooster and the pig as Nobleman Stars. And if your Day Master is Yin Metal, you're going to have the tiger and the horse. And if your Day Master is Yang Water or Yin Water, your Nobleman Star is going to be the rabbit and the snake. So, what does it mean? What's the accuracy of this kind of thing to have in your chart? Well, I think what it comes down to in Chinese astrology is whether the element of your Nobleman Star is favorable or unfavorable. That's one thing to really take into account, because it's one thing to know these things and see these in chart, but are they going to work in your favor? Sometimes when Nobleman Stars are unfavorable, or you do have a lot of Nobleman Stars in your chart, but the elements aren't so favorable, then you can get a lot of advice from people that doesn't really help you in any way. For example, some people can have a lot of Nobleman Stars in their chart, you get too many opinions or points of view from others that for problems that you're having yourself, and then you can't make a decision because all the advice is conflicting. But Nobleman Stars do help you push through to achieve success in your destiny. And I think we always need help from certain individuals. So when the Nobleman Stars do come in years, which they can, and through luck cycles, if you don't have them in your 4 pillars, this is how Chinese astrology works. If they come up in the annual year or through your luck cycles, this is when the noblemans can come in and assist you to achieve your destiny. So there's some charts that can really make it on their own. They can be self-made, where they don't tend to need these kind of things. But the Nobleman Stars are always a bonus if they do come in. An example of that is Donald Trump. When he went broke, lost everything, and then he was in I think it was a luck cycle or the annual year of his Nobleman Star, and he managed to pull himself through and regain his control of his wealth and businesses. And I talked about this because I did a Chinese astrological chart of his on my channel if you guys want to check that out. But that's interesting. This is when the nobleman can come in. When the nobleman sometimes is unfavorable, then you need to get yourself into a little bit of a difficult situation, and then someone will come in to help you and pull you through it. But when the nobleman's favorable, naturally people come and help you. But usually when it's unfavorable, you've got to get yourself into a spot of bother, and then you usually get assistance. from the universe or whoever it is that comes in to help you out. So these are very interesting little symbolic stars in Chinese astrology. There are a number of them, and there's different kinds of noblemen when we get in there. This is probably a bit too deep to go into here. These are just the basics of nobleman stars. There's another concept, what they call, there's certain pillars that represent certain noblemen, as in day pillars, month pillars, or year pillars, which are highly, highly auspicious. We've got things like what they call the Tai Chi nobleman, which can give you a lot of fate and karma to do with Chinese metaphysics. So people who have those charts in their 4 pillars charts, the Tai Chi nobleman, usually people are very, very interested in studying either feng shui, I Ching, Bazi, Chinese astrology, and even Chinese medicine as well. So this is I just wanted to talk about these stars because I think they're really cool. And also, I'm going to talk a little bit about, next, I'm going to get into the commanding pillars. We're going to talk about resilience in the Chinese chart. What makes people pull through monumental situations? And I've got a good chart example of this, which I am going to bring into it so you guys can get a bit of a flavor of how that kind of works. So thanks for listening. And going to have a link to the chart calculator underneath. So people who don't know, check out to see whether you've got these nobleman stars in your Bazi 4 pillars chart. Until next time.